a strong academic background and a passion for solving complex problems. He is proficient in Python or machine learning techniques. He is skilled in data visualization and cloud computing. Dr. Singh is an effective communicator and self-motivated team player. So he's proficient with many domains, including the specialization for various tools in the programming languages, machine learning frameworks, cloud, data engineering, statistical analysis, data visualization, big data tools, data management, and project management. So currently, Dr. Singh is working as a data scientist at Vector Cube, Brampton, Ontario, Canada, since October 2022. His role involves designing and maintaining the complex ETL processes, ensuring data accuracy and consistency in a centralized data warehouse, and configuring Azure Data Factory pipeline for cloud migration and performance monitoring. The role involves developing the algorithms for large datasets, collaborating on machine learning projects, and working with business intelligence professionals to evaluate the data requirements. The role also involves writing SQL queries, implementing data quality checks, building data models, and optimizing SQL queries. So earlier, Dr. Manpreet had worked as an associate professor in the Department of Information Technology at Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, Ludhiana, Punjab. He had about 20 years of work experience as a faculty member in the Department of IT at Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College. So, sir, on the behalf of the organizing team, I welcome you for the this expert talk. So, sir, now, sir, you can continue.
Thank you, Dr. Pankaj, for nice introduction. So today I'll cover the talk on the different ethical issues and governance issues in the field of AI.
I am,
So
sir,
if there is,
interrupting you.
yeah,
I am more grateful to you as you are handling this session instead of your busy schedule. You are handling today's talk in the wee hours. So there is a time difference with for the India and Canada, and it is the wee hours, too early hours in the Canada country. So you are sparing the time for this expert talk. So I am grateful to you, sir. Very grateful to you. Thank you.
uh, thank you, Dr. Pankaj. No issues. Actually, it is 3:30 a.m. in the morning, so it is too early. Actually, I had some work
Yes, sir.
at night also, and my plan was to sleep around 1, but I think 2 hours I studied something good, so it's okay.
Yes, sir.
uh,
Thank you so
yeah,
much.
thank you. So I have shared the screen. If there is any issue or any queries, you can write the message in the chat box. So ethical considerations in AI. Ethics, we all know the moral values that we humans have, right? Not sharing the any sensitive issues of our organization that we follow all, and any sensitive issue to be discussed within the organization, right? And you can list many other ethical issues like that. But in AI, this is the different term. So how these things are to be addressed. So I will be covering the uh, topics and one example also from where I have developed some projects. So if time permits, I will share the screens and we'll discuss that how these things can impact your actual project. So the first thing is the different AI technologies. You all know that nowadays ML and deep learning is prominent among the researchers. Most of the faculty members are from the engineering colleges. So machine learning and deep learning projects are being developed by the students. And what is the machine learning? Machine learning, actually, you have the input and output. Like in our traditional program, you have the input and rules, and you want to predict the output. That is the traditional program. But in ML, what is happening? You have the input and output, right? Like the robot you want. that it should perform this operation when I give this command to that particular machine. So you want to predict the rules with the help of ML algorithm. Then you test that algorithm based upon the testing data, and then train that algorithm based upon the training data. So deep learning is a step ahead. So in deep learning, you need not to give the input in the form of like files, Excel files, or any text files. Like image can be converted into the different parameters. So you can directly give the input of the image or any complex thing, and it can be directly converted to the different readable parameters with the help of deep learning. So I think I'm not getting the chat box while just a minute while going for the slideshow. The chat box is not visible, so I'll go like this. Uh, okay. So natural language processing has made the phishing attacks more easy nowadays. In earlier days, we have seen that we can easily recognize the fake emails from the language, but nowadays the customized emails can be written with the help of NLP. So again, that is difficult to judge. And reinforcement learning. In this learning, the algorithm learns with the help of trial and error. Well, that means the feedback is there. So it improves itself based on the feedback or output. And then is the generative adversarial networks, GANs. They are a type of deep learning architecture in which two neural networks, generator and discriminator, are trained in competition with each other. So it has the application for creating the deep fake videos, deep fake images, and synthetic data. You can nowadays you can search any movie trailer. So my son was showing that Idiot, Three Idiot 2 movies coming. That trailer he shows that the characters were real, but these things are made by AI. So you can't distinguish whether it is real or fake. So that's how AI is progressing. Then the autonomous and intelligent agents, so they can work in the positive way also. Here they automate time consuming tasks such as threat hunting and incident response. That these sort of things are covered by the intelligent agents. They can judge the incidents where the cyber attacks can occur, any abnormalities in the network, and the team can focus on more strategic initiatives. Uh, so the positive impact of AI, as I have said, that threat detection, vulnerability detection is very easy with the help of AI. It can detect the abnormal behavior on unauthenticated access to the network, and enhanced incident response. Immediately, it can react to that particular incident. It can initiate the triggers based on that. Then predictive analytics. Predictive analytics is when you have some data, like the organization, any organization, maybe the food industry or maybe the supply chain industry, anything. Uh, so they want to predict based on some changes they have done in their organization, that how they will go. So those things can be predicted in advance. So that is again thanks to AI. Then security automation is again one of the application of AI. Then advanced risk assessment and management. Again, you can see that what sort of risk can be there in the system based on the data or the user behavior or network traffic. So these can be assessed earlier. So these are the positive application of AI, but there are negative sides too. So I remember when I used to ask the students that which will be superior in the future, artificial intelligence or natural intelligence. And everybody keeps on thinking, but I gave the answer that natural intelligence will be the superior one. But now I think I have to change my opinion because AI is progressing at such an exponential rates, and moreover, AI is learning from not learning from scratch as in case of human being. If we want to become a doctor, then we have to study the basics of biology, and our next generation has to start again the same thing, and then they can step ahead. But AI can start from the end point that the last generation has left. So that is a huge difference. So it is growing at an enormous rate. So uh, again, there are more negative sides of AI also. AI driven cyber attacks are there. So if the vulnerability check is possible, then the hackers can also use the AI driven cyber attacks to attack a system to check the vulnerabilities or loopholes in the system. Then the ethical and privacy concerns are there. So you have listened the news, prominent news. One of the software developer working in the open AI committed the suicide, and and he was pointing towards the piracy concerns in the organization. So they are using the data from the other system, and that was the allegation he was having on the company. And the persons are demanding the justice or inquiry that it is a suicide or murder. So these sort of things are there. If you have developed the AI system, then what are the boundaries for that? Then cyber arms race. Now the countries are attacking the infrastructure of the another country, or uh, just leaking the sensitive information from that particular from the angle of the defense. So cyber arms race is there. So that is the negative side. And again, as the hackers can use the vulnerability detection, then phishing attacks are there, deepfake technologies I have explained, then AI assisted ransomware to disrupt your system. So that is also the negative side. Then AI enhanced botnets are there. So the systems have used the different authentication methods that whether the any particular site or any login is done by the human being or a botnet. But as the botnets become more smart day by day, so it will be again difficult to judge whether it is a robot or human being. Then automated social engineering is uh, like AI algorithm can be used to analyze large amount of publicly available data such as social media profiles to identify potential targets for phishing campaigns by determining individuals' interest, relationship, and recent activities. We have also listened the news in the present era then that politicians are using this data. They are hiring the companies to know the public behavior in that particular area, and accordingly they design their campaigns. So they are affecting the public opinion also. Then what are the solutions? Some of the solutions are, if you have developed a system, a data analytical system, or you want to give access to different persons from the different fields, then you can use the multi-factor authentication as in case of Google or some another platforms. So they are using the MFA. So multi-factor authentication, you get the OTP on your phone, and only then you are permitted to log into the system. And then the role-based access control. I will show you some one of the projects in the data analytics field. So there, the role-based access is given to the different sections. Like marketing, people can access only the data relevant to them. Account department can access data only relevant to them. So different person depending on the role are given the limited access to the system. So that is again one step ahead to maintain the privacy and to protect your data or unauthorized access. And regular audits of the system is required to determine the loopholes in the system. So some of the AI-driven security solutions. So AI-based threat detection and analysis, that is anomaly detection and predictive analytics. So that can be done. AI-powered incident response and remediation. So can you please mute the person? There is some noise here.
Participants, kindly mute yourself.
Now it's okay. Yeah, it's okay now. So if AI can be used for the negative side, so AI can be used on the positive side also. This is the positive side where AI-driven security solutions can be developed. Anomaly detection like AI algorithms can analyze large volumes of data from network traffic, user behavior, and system logs to identify unusual patterns or deviations from the normal patterns. And these anomalies may indicate potential security threats, such as unauthorized access or data filtration. So, by flagging these anomalies in real time, AI driven solutions uh, can help security teams detect and respond to threats more quickly and efficiently. Similarly, predictive analytics, AI-driven predictive analytics can be used to forecast potential cyber attacks by analyzing the historical data and identifying patterns that may indicate an impending threat. So we can predict the threat in advance by using AI tools. So AI powered incident response and remediation, security orchestration, automation, and response SOAR techniques can be used. They can help organizations streamline their incident response processes by automating tasks such as log analysis. Log data can be assessed, data correlation, and alert prioritization. So when you want the triggers to be executed, when you want the alert signal, you can get the alert on your email or on your phone. So based on that, you can make your decision. Then AI driven forensics and root cause analysis. AI algorithm can assist in the detailed forensics process by automating the analysis of large amounts of data and identifying patterns or connections that may indicate the origin of a cyber attack. This can help security teams pinpoint the root cause of a breach and implement targeted remediation measures to prevent the future attacks. So these are the positive aspects. Then AI enhanced user and entity behavior analytics. User risk profiling can be done. UBA tools can analyze user behavior to identify potential security risks, such as compromised credentials or insider threats. By creating risk profiles for individual users, AI algorithm can help organization detect and mitigate threats that might otherwise go unnoticed. So, one example came in my mind. So, based on the user behavior, if you are also like in, I'm giving the generic example. So, if some user is speaking something not relevant to the topic, but based on the action, you can judge the different aspects of the another topic. Like in one example is about the AI algorithms or how the AI use the user behavior, like the image analysis of a CEO when he was presenting their annual results. The AI system analyzes behavior, how he wears the shirt and how he waves his hand and physical gestures. Based on that whether the company will perform good or bad in the coming days, and accordingly the decision is taken to invest in that company or to withdraw funds from that company. So AI is such advanced nowadays. Then the adaptive authentication. AI enhanced authentication system can use machine learning algorithm to assess user behavior and context. So these things can be done with the help of AI. Then ethical dilemmas and challenges. So with the help of AI, if AI is giving such things to you, then there are some ethical issues also that are needed to address. So labor inequality and trust issue is there. So how you can trust the AI system? You can trust your friend that is in your touch for so many years. So you can trust him, but how you can trust the AI system? Based on the performance, actually, based on the previous record. Then the labor. If the AI is coming in every fields, like Japan has developed some technology in which the warehouse operation, like all the shipping, receiving, and everything that contains the manual labor is done by the robots. And robots actually operate in the, they don't need lights also. So that electricity bill is also saved. So this is one of the model, and it is predicted that the in the coming years, the labor force, that is actually the unskilled labor, the lot of job shortage will be coming in here in the west and also in India also. So different counters like the Walmart and Amazon uh, shopping centers, they have the uh, automated checkout where no human being is there. You purchase anything. I have not used that, and I am not getting any chance to visit that Amazon shop. So one person in US, my friend, was saying that you go with the cart, shopping cart, you pick the items. Now you have nothing. You didn't get your credit card from your pocket. You just pick the item that you want to purchase, put it that item into your cart, and when your shopping is over, just you get out normally from the shopping center, and your bill is automatically detected. How it is possible? So based on the entrance or identity of the person, the card is actually associated with his profile. Like we can save the cards in our Google Wallet, so or any payment technology like UPI or anything that is linked to your profile. So when you enter the shopping uh, area, so that is identifies based on your identity, and then you pick the items, and the items you are picking, the camera detect what is the cost of that item that you have placed in the cart. So accordingly, the bill is prepared, and when you exit the shop, that means your shopping is over, and the e-bill is generated based on the item you picked, and that is charged from the payment wallet that you have used or authenticated with your profile. So how the automation is increasing? There is no man in that whole shopping area, or there is only one security person or two security persons. So that labor shortage will come with the advancement of AI. That is one of the issue. And then legal and privacy issues are coming. So most of you have experienced that the something we have talked in our home, and we are discussing with our friends, with our and we are not having our call on the phone, or not, we are not using our phones. Still, we get the recommendation based on the talk that we were having with our friend or any family member. So why this is happening? If you are talking about a car or electric car, then the recommendation come to your email or on your screen of the phone, like the latest cars in the market and their prices. So these things come. Why? Because you gave access to the apps of your microphone. We don't see these things while installing any app. If you are installing an app, it is saying that access to the camera, you click yes, and microphone again, you go ahead, and microphone is listening every time you are speaking. So your phone is a spy in your house. So recently on this is the latest news, that link I have given here. So you can see that link. This is the latest news, and the it is published in the Guardian, so January 3, 2025. So Apple Siri privacy lawsuit settlement. So I think that lawsuit is settled. Apple agreed to pay 95 million to the party. So actually, the case was that Siri is listening the private conversation between the different people while they are not using Siri, and based on that conversation they are getting the recommendations or ads. So that is a breach of their privacy. So this is the issue. If you are using AI, these sort of issues will be there, and how they are to be addressed, this is a big question. Then environmental concerns are there. If AI is there, a lot of electricity is being used by the robots, or how they are affecting your ecosystem, that is again question mark. And changes in the labor market. So there will be changes in the labor market. Even the skilled jobs like the Devon is being developed, so they that can code automatically. So so number of jobs will be decreased in the skill field also, but the jobs will be created in the AI development field. Now you can see the courses are being launched, like electrical and AI, mechanical and AI. These sort of things are being developed. These courses are developed. In every field, AI is coming. So you need to be skilled in that particular field, or the automation coming in to your sector, to be in competition. So this is the YouTube link that is given here. This is the documentary by the National Geographic Channel, and while today itself, I was seeing that its second episode has come. I have seen only one episode. This is in Hindi. The people knowing Hindi can watch that. It is a very good documentary, giving you the different examples that how AI is advanced and what are the future predictions. The different persons in the field are giving their comments and the latest achievements, and that you may not have known. So it is in this particular thing, one thing I need to address, that the in the movie, so the movies are also being discussed. So the daughter of a family of a person was dead in the accident, and they preserved her mind before his death, her death. And that mind is being stored in the memory, and based on that memories that was stored in the mind, or now in the digital phase. So uh, that was transferred to the robot, and she acts like her own daughter. So mother and father were very happy, but actually she was not the daughter. That was the AI robot having all the memories that were present in her head before her death. So these sort of things may come in future. Then economic productivity. The machines used with the AI will be more economically productive as compared to the human beings, as in the food processing sector or any sector where the AI is coming. Even in the surgeries are being performed by the robots. Actually, the doctor is handling at the back end, but robots are more accurate in their operation. So productivity will be increased, quality will be increased, but job displacement will be there. The jobs will be created, but in the different field. So that will come, and actually it is being happening nowadays also. So demographic impacts. So you can work by sitting at the different demographic areas, and still you are a part of a single team. So that is possible only with the help of AI technologies. So these are the issues: privacy, human rights, and bias in the AI. Privacy issues we discussed. So your privacy is being breached by the AI. Then the bias in the machine learning and its societal implications. Machine learning algorithm can be biased because it is using some technique or some formula that may not be 100% suited for that particular result. So it may be giving the biased results. So how it can be detected? Or you can believe that it is giving the accurate result? Because it depends on the thinking of the coder. Then the ethical considerations for human dignity and surveillance. What are the different ethical consideration if the car that you are driving is the driverless car and some person is hit by that particular car, then what action can be taken against that particular machine because no person was driving? So that are the different question marks, big question marks. So that's why the AI regulations and guidelines are being enforced. They are being enforced by the different countries on their own, and again, they are the subjective, and they that are being enforced globally also. So we'll see that to ensure the transparency and accountability, AI systems should be explainable and their decisions should be accountable. So, like we have seen that if you have worked in the AI field, in the neural network is a black box model. You can't see that how it is making the decision, right? So, but the logic should be open. That should be explainable. That how they are taking decision based upon the input. So privacy or safeguarding the personal data and ensuring that AI systems respect privacy rights. So but actually what I was thinking that usually you give your permission to access your data. If you are clicking an app, installing an app, and you are giving the access to the microphone, that means the device can listen to you. And we are not caring about those things that what is in our private conversation. So we are discussing the general topics, but these sort of topics can be used to generate the ads and to prepare the products based on your thinking. The news are also being created nowadays based on your opinion. So that's why the privacy is important. Then the fairness and bias is to be ensured. AI system do not discriminate and promote fairness across all the demographics. So they should be not biased. Unbiased system should be developed, and unbiased results should be given to them. Then safety and robustness, ensuring that AI systems are secure and resilient to failures for any adversarial attacks. So these sort of things you want. So there are different regulations. I will come to them later on. I will show you one of the uh, project, and we can discuss that how the ethics issues can come into that particular thing in the field of data analytics or data science. So let me share that particular screen. So actually, this product that we have developed is for the telecom company. So they want to know their progression, or and this actually is the strategical model that the company want to prepare the strategy, future strategies, that how they are going and what sort of modification they can do, what is their weak angle. So why the customers are being those who quit the company, why they are quitting, what is the reason. So these sort of things they want to know. So based upon those things they want to improve their performance. So we have the access about their data. So data was stored in different format, and also some streaming data was also there, the customer data, streaming data, that means the live data. So those updations were also available to us. So I will show you only the key slides. Um, uh, okay. So as you can see, the different files were there. Were having the data in the Excel files, CSV files, SQL DB, different databases also, then CRM system. So there we have the access of data. Then what sort of data? That means the customer promotion data, the customer billing data, the marketing data, what sort of campaign they have launched, what sort of promotion schemes they have given, and with the help of those promotion schemes, how many customers are being added to the company, right? And what is the feedback of the customer regarding their product or regarding the plan they are opting. Like if you buy any product, they ask you to give the feedback, star rating, and there are also promo codes on your emails, or if you shop something, you get the promo code for the other products, and you use that promo code to get some discount and some other benefits. So these sort of things every company do. So this data was available, and demographic data. So where their customers are being spread, the present customers. So which area, their gender, their age, their financial status. So every these minute details were available. Then we have to access the data from the different sources, and we collected that into the central repository provided by the Microsoft, that is Azure Data Lake. So the different cloud systems, you can choose to store your data. Then you need not to have your own cloud, own server or storage space. So no need for the security. Everything is provided by the company, and also the system, whether you use Amazon or Microsoft system, the beauty is that based on your project or your use, you can pay and you can allocate the resources, right? And for that particular sources or period you are accessing those resources, the bill is charged to you. So we have the access, so we create the data mapping document for the ETL process. ETL is extract, transform, and load. So how the data is being related with the different files, and we used to clean the data. Clean means if some duplicate entries are there, you have to remove those entries. If some fields are missing, then how to use how to fill those fields with default data, or you have to remove that data. So if some fake entry is there, you have to remove that fake entry. So different things are to be done in cleaning so that the data is uniform throughout. Then you create the pipeline where you have to merge the transform data in one source. And Power BI we use to actually get the output reports that is to be shown to the management. And to create cubes or data marts in Power BI, so we use the different schemas or advanced data analytics technologies. And data model solutions we develop with Azure Synapse. So, okay, so again, we get the stories from the customer, what customer wants based on their requirement, what they want to know. So, based on that, we design the KPIs, we form the KPIs. So, after series of meetings, uh, then develop the system, and then different audit mechanisms were done. Quality checks and controls, whether the triggers are working properly. If the new data is being added, then how it is added to the central repository, whether it is to be added based on the time frame or based on any event. So these things can be managed in the software. So dashboards were created. These are the KPIs or key performance indicators that we have in our project. So customer lifetime value we calculated. monthly average revenue per user. So these sort of things, customer satisfaction score were computed, and net promoter score was computed. So that lies between 0 to 10 value. So I will come to the okay. So only the important things, and then we'll discuss the other issues. So following key factors were being addressed. So real-time churn rate. Churn rate means how the customers are being quitting the company at which rate. So customer segmentation, again based on the demographic, service usage, based on the gender. So all those things based on the marital status, payment method. So we can distinguish between the available customers. Uh, this was the process. This is the process. Now you can see this is the main slide. So we get the different data from the different sources, and then use the Azure cloud repository to store the data, extract the data from the different sources, and then using Azure Synapse to perform the calculations, and finally we get the results. So can you tell me, so audience are available, so many people will be working in this field. What is the difference in data analytics and data science? So this is the data analytics project. This is the data analytic project, not the data science project. We have the data and we get the results, and we show it to the company that how you are performing. And you can see the different data sets we have taken from the different sources, from the net also, from their account section also, from their marketing section also. So all the data is being stored to the repository. Then we develop the, and the that data is not the static data, that is the dynamic data. So everybody has the rule based access. So here we have used the rule based access. That is one of the method to ensure that only the authenticate person is having the access to that particular data, or based on the role of the person, that portion of the access is provided. Not everything is being accessible. Only the top management can access everything. Otherwise, we based on your rules and some particular thing is accessible to you. So role based access is provided here. So if some modification is done or some new entries are there, they are added automatically from the different sections. And based on that addition, your visualization automatically changes. So it is a dynamic setup, not the static setup. Your data is changing every time, modified or added, and based on that, your report is being modified. So that system was handed to the company. So no answer. So data science and data analytics. Actually, the data analytics, you are not doing any future prediction. Based on the available data, you provide the statistical analysis, if I can say that. What you can get from that data. You use the different formulas, and you can provide the different patterns from that available data to the management or to the developers, right? But data science, you have to predict something, right? When you use predictions, then you can say that it is a data science now, right? In the future, if they change something, and if they want to say change the investment in their marketing section, want to increase investment in some particular campaign, then how the output will be affected based upon the sales, right? And if they give some offer, like if you get their plan, then some other offer maybe, or some coupons or some promo codes for the other items may be provided, then how the sales will be affected. So if you are predicting something, that is data science, right? So this was the system. So and based on that system, you get the output results like this. This was the output, and different screens are there for the project, and these are the screens for the dashboard. They are developed in the Power BI. So you can select the different range, age of the customer, and based on that, you can see customer lifetime value, then the customer churn rate based upon their gender, age, financial status, or demographics. So uh, also, you can see the total number of customers based on that particular input, and what is the churn rate. So it is very easy to know that what is happening in to your company based on that data. So when we show this project, the company management asked the different questions, and we were able to show that relevant results. That okay, if you want to see this particular section of the if the customers are in the say long-term customers, then how much percentage of those customers are leaving. Say the customer is being joined with the company from last 5 years, now he is leaving the company, then what is the reason, and what is the gender of that particular person, what is the location, what is the reason, right? So these sort of results, and how much percentage for the new users are leaving the company, what is the reason, so we can give that particular results to the management. So their purpose was solved. So now, again in this project, what are the ethical concerns? This can be data science also, or AI based also. If you predict something, then it
எந்த
becomes a data
பிளாட்ஃபார்ம்ல இத
science.
கனெக்ட் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க?
Mhm. What? Can you repeat? Hi, I can't listen. If there is any question, you can type it in the chat box, right? Let me check the chat box. Okay, I have no question over there. Okay, okay. So here, what can be the different ethical issues? The ethical issues is that if you are not provided the access to the particular system and you are accessing that system, right? That can be the thing. And the second in the bias in the data, your data is not correct, then how you can get the output results, the correct results, right? The data is not cleaned properly, or if some sampling is being done, you have sampled the data only in the particular area, not considering the age group, right? So or if you are considering only the particular gender or the particular financial status only, so that can cause the problem. Your data must be accurate enough. Only then the algorithm can operate and you can get the result. The second thing here can be that bias in the algorithm. If you have used some algorithm to draw the results, the output chart, but something you have not included, like the staff, the different staffs, the staff that is being hired by the company, what is their impact? Are they impacting the output? When the company was having the lesser staff or more staff, how the sales were being affected, like these sort of things, and you have not included that particular section and particular charts for that section, then how your results can be accurate, right? So based on your thinking only, you have developed the output page, this page, right? The dashboard you have developed. So algorithm can be biased also. The data can not be proper, right? So this should be there. So what sort of rules and regulations are to be there for to ensure that you are working in the right direction, or the company is getting what they want, right? So these are the issues that are to be addressed. the ethical concerns or the you can say in the this field of AI or data analytics or cyber analytics. So you have to address those sort of issues. So they can impact your results, and if you take any decision based on the inaccurate results, then your output will be also affected. You have to consider every angle. And for this, the main thing the companies do practically is creating their framework or benchmarks and regular auditing, right? So it is a teamwork. So every opinion is there, and you have to discuss those things with the top level management, and there are the different rules that you have to follow. And based on your boundary, you have to prepare the prototype. Then the prototype is approved, and then you use the actual data, and then you provide the output. Again, as in the medical field, it is again the uh, ongoing process or ever going process, you can say. In the medical field, if you predict some particular medicine for the virus and the new virus is born, and then you go for those things, and again, so this thing happens. If you have found the solution for the particular vulnerability in the cybersecurity, then the other negative side, again, that will grow with time, and then you have to grow, and the process continues. So again, the same thing. So this was the project only to show you that how it impacts your actual data and why the ethics are being important. Now going back to the previous slides and showing you I will show you the different regulations that are being implemented and enforced. Just give me a second. Yeah. So these are the different regulations that are being framed by the different organizations. The first one is European Union regulations. EU regulation. EU is the global leader in AI regulation and having the several proposals and frameworks that are focusing on ensuring ethical and responsible AI development. So it is having the AI Act, the Artificial Intelligence Act. The purpose of the AI Act is at regulating AI comprehensively. It classifies AI systems into different categories. So those categories are unacceptable risk, high risk, limited risk, and minimal risk. Like the healthcare applications are at high risk, right? You can't have any loophole while the robot is doing the surgery. You have to be much aware of the implications of the output, right? And unacceptable risk like the social scoring by the government, right? These sort of things that can't operate at all, right? They are using AI for their election campaigns, you know. So these sort of things are being developed. And high risk AI system, as I have said, that like healthcare and AI providers must ensure compliance with the safety standards and provide documentation of use and performance of the AI system. So all those things should be included with the AI system as per AI Act. Then the GDPR, it is the General Data Protection Regulation. GDPR actually provides guidelines for how AI systems that process personal data should operate, ensuring privacy and data protection. It has having different key provisions that include the use of AI that must be transparent. That means individuals should be informed when decisions are made based on the automated processes. and individuals have the right to not to subject to decisions made solely by the automated processes. They have the reason to object the AI decisions, right? And especially that are affecting their legal matter or status. Okay. Then ethic guidelines for trustworthy AI focus on ethics, human autonomy, and fairness. It must be fair enough and human objection can be done. You are not solely liable to accept the AI decision. Then the United States have its own regulations. In US, AI regulations have been more fragmented, with the initiatives coming from multiple agencies, but there is increasing momentum for broader regulation also. It is having the Algorithmic Accountability Act. The purpose of this is this proposed regulations seeks to create transparency and accountability for automated decision-making systems. Its key provisions include requires companies to conduct impact assessment to evaluate potential risk of AI system. It mandates reporting on the use of AI system, especially in high risk areas like hiring, law enforcement, and credit scoring. And NIST AI risk management framework. Its purpose is to improve the development, deployment, and evaluation of AI system in safe and trustworthy manners. It focuses on managing risk associated with the AI systems that include fairness, privacy, accountability, and transparency. It the establishes guidelines for the AI governance, testing, and monitoring to ensure that AI systems are aligned with societal values. Again, all those things are subjective, right? And the improvement is coming in those regulations. So, with time to time, okay. So FDA, Food and Drug Administration. Again, this is in the U.S. regulation. Its purpose is to issue guidelines for regulating AI in medical devices, particularly those that use machine learning for diagnosis and treatment. And in European regulation, this is in the high risk category. Then the CCPA, that is California Consumer Privacy Act. It offers protections related to the personal data in California. It is to the particular state only, addressing how AI systems handle consumer data. Uh, so those sort of things are there. And now you can see that the European regulation is different, and then the United States regulation, and then the UK regulation is there. So UK regulation, it's AI strategy and national AI regulatory frameworks. AI strategy focuses on building a foundation for AI innovation while ensuring safety and trust. Its key provisions include establishing a framework for AI ethics and governance, encouraging business to consider ethical AI principles and regulatory requirements in AI development. So UK Data Protection Act, it mirrors with the GDPR. It provides rules for AI systems that process personal data, ensures individuals' rights to be informed about automated decision making. Then there are also China's regulations, and global regulations are also there. International guidelines, OECD, that is Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Its principles are there to ensure the transparency, accountability, and fairness in the AI system. AI must respect human rights and democratic values. Then IEEE ethics and guidelines. So its purpose is to offer ethical guidelines for the design and development of autonomous and intelligent systems. It also focuses on privacy, accountability, transparency, and fairness in AI development. Then the UNESCO AI ethics frameworks. It focuses on fostering ethical AI practices globally. It promotes fairness, transparency, and the protection of human rights. Encourages the responsible development of AI, especially in high-risk areas such as healthcare, education, and law enforcement. Again, you can see that it is subjective, and the guidelines are being laid, but the enforcement is particularly tough, as you can see with the ordinary crimes, or as you can see in our day-to-day life. If the person belonged to some particular state but committed the crime in the another state, the systems are being hacked from someone else in the abroad, then the law is very complex. So the association is needed between all those different demographic regions and the authorities being designated to resolve the issues. So it become more and more complex if it is bifurcated into the different regions or different domains. So that is again similarly applicable to the AI systems also. So the guidelines are there, but you like practically you came to know only when some big happens, like the Siri lawsuit that was being filed to breach the privacy of the system. So 95 million settlement is being done by the Apple. It agrees to give 95 million. So these are some of the examples. So what are the different issues that can arise in the different applications of AI, like the healthcare robots? If some trust and privacy is being breached, then what sort of action can be taken against the robot, or the maker of the robot, or the developer of the software? So those sort of things are in pipeline. And uh, what about the autonomous vehicles? As if the cars, automatic cars are being operated in US. So if some abnormality occurs in the system or some accident happens, then how the lawsuit will begin? Like the here, if some person is involved in an accident, then there is provision of fine and demerit points. The insurance of the customer of the person is being increased, and he may be debarred from the driving for some certain years. So some actions can be done, right? But what about the machine? If the machine is doing something wrong, then what action can be done, right? So these are some of the questions. And more critical, AI in the warfare. Lethal autonomous weapons, if they are being used, like the countries have developed such sort of attacks that if this thing is happening, if that particular country is launching an attack to you, then your missiles will be launched automatically, like those sort of things. The weapons that are dependent on the software or programs, and they work accordingly, right? And if something went wrong, then mass destruction will be done with the machines. Then who will be the responsible, right? So these are some of the questions need to be addressed. Then future trends and recommendation, merging AI standards and regulations. So these are to be focused globally, that I feel, rather than regionally. Everybody is working at the own, but the thing is that now the world is becoming global and shorter, and the attackers are very smart. They commit crime in the different regions, demographic regions. So how the action can be ensured on those, and if the privacy is being breached of a person, then It can impact the opinion, actually, the person thinking, yeah, based on the political campaigns or news that you are listening, that is based on your taste, right? Not based on the fact, based on your taste or your personality, right? The things that can sell, that are coming to the market. So how to ensure that the factual things reach to you, right? So these are some of the questions to be addressed. Now I think I'm done and I'm open for the questions. If you have any questions, you can ask in the chat box. And the links you should, I'm sharing in the chat box the links of the videos that are in my slides. I have also shared the material with Dr. Pankaj Bhambre. I'm not listening. I'm not able to listen to you. Uh, i- if you have any question, you can write in the chat. Okay.
சரி இப்ப பாத்துக்கலாம்டா. எல்லாரும் அவங்க பாத்துட்டாங்களா? சிந்து வந்து தப்பு சொல்லிருக்கு.
I will share the links. Okay. Let me do that. And these videos are very good. You can, if you know Hindi, then I don't know that whether they are available in the English or no, but they are available in the Hindi by National Geographic Channel. Okay, I have the two links. Okay. So any questions you want to ask, you can write in the chat box regarding data analytics, regarding. So, Dr. Pankaj, if there
Yes, sir.
is any questions, you can ask, or otherwise, I'm done.
Okay, sir. Right, sir. Thank you so much, sir. The participants, if you do have any query, you can drop in the chat box or can unmute yourself. So you can respond within 5 minutes if you do have any query related to the talk.
Hello.
Hello.
Habib, good afternoon, Dr. Sir. Uh,
Hi. Yeah.
hello. Sir, I have a question that for optimizing different learning methods,
Mhm.
how we can actually, in case of cybersecurity, how we can optimize network detection in cybersecurity environments?
Actually, the different tools are there. The automation tools are there in the cybersecurity that can you can use the self-learning tools. Like the Jenkins is there, the automated testing for the pipeline. You need not to do the manual testing. And optimization means if you are getting the what is the optimization? If you are getting some output and you want to improve, ultimately you want to improve based on the feedback, right? So that you can get the minimum errors possible, right? So in case of attacks, cyber attacks, so you want to check the vulnerability or unauthorized access. You want to enable your triggers at the particular incident response. So those things you have to optimized, and you have to create the feedback system. So feedbacks, there are different tools for that in the cybersecurity, like the Cisco Stealth Watch is there. That is the intrusion detection system that you can use. Then the IBM system, IBM QRadar is there, right? So these are the actual systems, generic system, but you can use, you can do the improvement on your own, right? Based on the um security system you want to design, which thing you want to focus in that particular system. There are different security issues, right? So which you want to focus, what sort of things you want to focus, so that you can use. I think I addressed the question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome.
फिर दवाई चेंज करा दो वो टेस्ट कराया जी मेरी टेस्ट वगैरह बेटा थोड़ा सूप चाहिए Participants, kindly mute yourself. If any query is there, then you can unmute yourself. Otherwise, for the query, you can drop the message in the chat box as well.
I want to share something now. So based on the previous question, optimization, right? So in my field in data science, we developed the project for drug discovery for a company. So we collected the data from the different sources like NCBI. So these are the authenticated sources. So where you can use the medical data, and based on that medical data, you can run the algorithm and predict the outcomes like for the drug discovery, right? But if you have the optimized algorithm and you have done your best for that particular data to give the output, there is always a scope for the statistical analysis of the data, right? So you may have picked the wrong algorithm, and the algorithm itself can be improved in the coming year. There may be some papers on that particular algorithm that this was the thing that need to be improved, and we launch the new algorithm, and this is, it means you, there is always improvement, a scope of improvement in your project, right? That is from the development point of view. But what about the data? The data is prepared by the medical professionals, and again we can see the number of papers are being written if there is some genomic data or proteomic data for some particular crop varieties, or for living beings also. So that data is being improved dynamically. The data that we have used to develop that drug discovery project, if you see that data after say 3 months or 4 months, you can recognize the changes in the data itself. Why the changes are coming? Because the medical professionals are again improving on their outputs. The output data for them are used for the input data for yourself. So they are improving your data, and you have used the older data. Again, the improvement is needed to be done, right? So this is always an ongoing process, I think. There is no, as I used to say that, sometime I ask the question that how you rate your algorithm from 0 to 10, right? It can't be 10. Or what is the accuracy of your system? It can't be 100%. Whatsoever you have done, whatsoever modifications or testing techniques you have applied, you can't reach 100% ever. As in case of human being also, we can't be 100%, right? There are some plus and minus in everybody. There may be persons with having 90% positive, right? But again, some negativity will be there. So the same is with the algorithms. There is always a scope for the improvement. So no more questions.
Right, sir. Thanks for the further elaborations of the query. So, sir, we are deeply honored to have you with us today. Dr. Manpreet Singh from Canada, a distinguished expert in the field of cybersecurity and AI. Dr. Singh has just delivered an incredible, insightful talk on ethical considerations in the use of AI and data science for cyber analytics and next-gen cybersecurity for securing the information systems. So, sir, your profound knowledge and thoughtful perspectives on the ethical dimensions of leveraging AI and data science have not only enhanced our technical understanding, but also underscored the importance of responsible practices in this critical domain. The examples and strategies you have shared will undoubtedly guide us as an educator, researcher, and practitioners in navigating the challenge of securing information systems in an ethical and innovative manner. So, on the behalf of organizing team and all participants, I extend my heartfelt gratitude to you, Dr. Singh, for your time, expertise, and engaging presentation. So, your contribution has significantly enriched the objectives of this faculty development program. So, thank you so much, sir.
Thanks, Dr. Pankaj, again giving me the chance to interact with such an audience. It's always a pleasure to be a part of your team. Thank you. Thanks a
It's
lot.
it's it's wonderful to, sir. It's wonderful, and I wish to be associated in the forthcoming plans as well. So, thank you so much.
Okay, thanks. Thanks for now.
Right.
Bye. Bye. Okay.
Dear participants, the attendance for the previous 5 days is already uploaded on the Atal web portal. So timely, the attendance sheets are already shared with all of you in the WhatsApp group as well. So if you do find any discrepancy, kindly let us know through the WhatsApp. Uh, we are the two administrators in the WhatsApp group, so you can drop the query if the attendance discrepancy that you do find. And we are moving further as per the schedule. The next session, that is the session number 12, will start at 3:30 p.m. IST, and the last session, that is the session number 13, will start at 5 p.m. IST, and the last session will conclude at 6:30 p.m. and thereafter the feedback session will be taken, where you will, yeah, feedback for this session will be circulated shortly. So overall feedback, you would be able to respond about the pros, cons related to this program after the last session, third session, in the form of valedictory session. The feedback would be attained while interacting with the participants, and thereafter you can appear for the quiz. So there will be 30 multiple choice questions, 1 mark each. And as it is shared earlier, it is essential to qualify with 70% marks. So the Google form will be used for the attempt of this quiz, and 1 hour of the time will be allocated for the attempt of this quiz. So how many questions? As asked in the chat box, 30 question, 30. 30 question, 1 mark each. All questions are multiple choice questions with 4 options. So no negative marking will be there, and 70% marks and 80% of the attendance, and feedback form at the last, after the third session, after the last session of today's talk. It is mandatory to fill the online feedback at the Atal portal. So thereafter, after qualifying all these criteria, automatically the digital certificate will be generated within your portal. Our next session will start shortly. Dr. Balwinder, sir, have you joined the session? So next expert has just to join the session, and thereafter we will continue with the next expert talk. So the next session will start at 3:30 p.m. after the gap of 5-10 minutes. The feedback link of the first session of today's and 11th session overall, that is the session held during the 2 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. today, is already shared in the chat box. So meanwhile, you can fill this feedback form. So the speaker of the next expert talk has arrived, and I, on the behalf of Guru Nanak Dev Engineering College, welcome the next speaker, Dr. Balwinder Singh Dhaliwal. He is an associate professor at NITTTR Chandigarh with a total of 24 plus years of teaching experience